Alright, Section 6, Award Administration Information. A. Award Notice. All award notification will be posted with the ETA homepage of the Department of Labor to gov, the agency of the ETA. Applicants selected for the award will be contacted directly before the grant execution. For the no selected, the applicants will be notified by the mail or will non-selected applicants will be notified by mail or email. May be requested the written debrief of the signature. Significant weakness of their application selection organization. Recipients do not constitute for the approval of the grant application if it's submitted before the actual contract. Actual grant is awarded. You may enter the negotiation by such item the program components, staff, the funding and level of the administrative system, and the place for the support of the grant implementation. If the negotiation does not resolve the mutually acceptable submission with the grant officer reserve the right to terminate with the negotiation decline to fund with the application with the right for not to fund any application related to the funding announcement. Be it administrative of the national policy requirement, the administrative of the program requirement to all grants will subject to applicable to federal laws, regulations, including the Office of Management Budget, uniform guidance for the term and condition of the award. Grant awards under this funding opportunity announcement will be subject to the following administrative standard for the provision, non-profit organization, educational institution, profit, any state and local, additional Indian tribal government title CFR 200 uniform administrative requirements, cost principle to audit requirements for the federal awards, and Title 2 CFR 2900 Department of Labor supplementals and 2 CFR Part 200. 2. All agencies must comply with the Title 29 CFR Part 93 new restrictions allowed in Title 29 CFR Part 94 government-wide requirements of the drug-free workplace financial assistance. Title CFR 2 CFR 180 Office of Management Budget Guidance for the agency government-wide department and suspension and non-procurement, and whether the applicable Title 2 CFR Part 200 audit requirements. 3. Title 29 CFR Part 2 Subpart D equal treatment of the Department of Labor programs of the religious organization protection of the religious liberty of the Department of Labor social service providers and beneficiaries. 4. Title 29 CFR Part 31 Non-Discrimination Federal Assistance Program of the Department of Labor that effectuated with the Title 6 of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. 5. Title 29 CFR Part 32 of the Non-Discrimination Base for the Handicap of the Program active for receiving federal financial assistance. 6. Of the Title 29 CFR Part 35 of the Non-Discrimination Base age for the program activity receiving federal financial assistance Department of Labor. Title 7 Title 29 CFR Part 36 of the non-discrimination base of the tax education programs are active to receive the federal financial assistance. Section 8 Title 29 CFR Part 38 with the Implementation Non-Discrimination Equal Opportunity Provision of the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act. Section 9, Title 29, Part 29 and 30 with the Labor Standing with the Registration Apprenticeship Program, Equal Opportunity, and Apprenticeship for the Training is applicable to 10. The Department of Labor will follow the procedures outlined with the Department of Freedom and Information Act with the Regulation Title 29, Part 7D with the Department of Labor receive the Freedom of Information Act with the applicant with the receive the Department of Labor the Freedom of Information Act regulation responding to equivalent commercial business of the information submitted to the government will be filed as well with the Freedom of Information Act exemption and proceed with the chief generally with Title 5 U.S. Standard Code 552 and Title 29 CFR Part 11 Standard General Terms and Conditions of the Award. See the following link: Department of Labor.gov, the agency's ETA grant resources. Are there legal requirements for religious activity? The Department notes that the Religious Freedom Restoration Act with the Title 40 U.S. Standard Code 2000 BB applies to all federal law and implementation application of organization of the faith-based organization makes hiring decision-based religious people that may be entitled to receive the federal financial assistance under the grant solicitation maintain hiring practices as stated in Title 29 to 32A with the religious organization are eligible on the same basis with any other organization to see with the Department of Labor support for the participate in the Department of Labor programs for which they are otherwise eligible. The guidance for the Department of Labor is found. Department of Labor to Gov, the agency OA SAM's grants for Religious Freedom Restoration Act guidance. B. Lobby funding with fundraising in U.S. government and federal funds in accordance with Section 18 of the Lobby Disclosure Act of 1995, Public Law 10465, Title 2 U.S. Standard Code 1611, nonprofit entities incorporated with the Internal Revenue Service Code with Section 501c4, against lobbying activities not eligible to receive federal funds and grants. No activity including awareness, raising, and advocacy of the activities must include the fundraising for the lobbying with the U.S., the federal, state, and local governments. See Title 2 CFR Part 200 450 for more information. C. The Transparency Act requirements must ensure that the necessary process for the system to comply with the requirement. Important requirements, Federal Funding Accountability Transparency Act of 2006 with Public Law 109-282 with amended with the Government Funding and Transparency Act of 2008. Public Law 110-252, Title 6 of Chapter 2, Section 6202 as follows. 2. With the acceptance of the expected with the transparency action on subparagraphs 1, 2, and 3 below, with the must ensure with the necessary process for the system and play with comply with the top of the board except the title compensated with the reporting requirement of the transparency act should receive the funding upon the board will receive the detailed information reporting requirement of the transparency act described in Title 2, Part 170, Appendix A, which can be found with the gov.info.gov content package, CFR 2021, Title 2, Volume 1, PDF CFR 2021, Title 2, Volume 1, Part 170, Appendix A, PDF. The following types of awards subject to the federal Funding Accountability Transparency Act. With 1, federal awards that individuals who apply for the receive federal awards and the national person unrelated to any business with a nonprofit organization he or she may own or operate in his or her name. 2, federal award entities that have gross income on all sources of less than $300,000 at any previous tax year. 3, federal awards required reporting would the scope of classified information. T, safeguard of the data with included personal identifiability information. The accountant submitted the application responding with a fair opportunity announcement. Funding and opportunity announcement must recognize with the confidentiality of the act of the person identifiable and information, other sensitive data in paramount importance of the Department of Labor must be observed with the expect with the disclosures allowed with the prior written approval of the grant office by court order. By submitting the application, you are ensuring that all data exchanges conducted during the course of the performance of the grant conduct with a manner consistent with the applicable federal law with the TEGL. Training, Employment, and Guidance Labor 3911, issued June 28, 2012. All such activities by the ETA and under or recipients will be performed in a manner consistent with the applicable state and federal laws. By submitting grant application, you agree to take all necessary steps to protect with such confidentiality complying with the following provisions of the applicable the governing handling with the confidential information. You must ensure that the sole identifiable information sensitive to the data developed and obtained with the otherwise associated with the Department of Labor, Employment, Training, and Administration funding grants is securely transmitted to ensure that the subset of the personal identifiable information is not transmitted to unauthorized use of the personal identifiable information over the servants of the data transmitted via the email stored on CVD, DVDs, thumb drives, etc. must be encrypted with a form of Federal Information Process Standard 142 compliant National Institute Standard Technology validated cryptographic component must ensure the unencrypted sensitive personal identifiable information to the end of the EPA Training Administration contractors. 2, you must take the steps to the necessary ensure the privacy of the personal identification obtained with the participant over the individual will protect the such information unauthorized disclosure. You must maintain with the personal identification and persons identifiable information in accordance with the ETA standard with the information security with the TEGL number 3911. The update with the such standard will provided to you. Grants who wish to obtain more information on the data security should have contact with the federal project officer. 3, you must ensure that the project identification information used during the performance of the grant has been obtained with the conformity of the applicable federal, state, and laws governing with the confidential information. 4, for further information about personal identification information data obtained with the ETA grant must be standard in the area with the physical safety access of the unauthorized person at all times. Data of the process with the recipient issue with the equipment that manages the information technology server the designated location approved by the ETA accessing process storing ETA and personal identification information data personally owned with equipment off-site and locations are recipient managed with the IT server that is strictly prohibited unless over the ETA. Alright, 5. Your employees or other personnel who have the access with the sense of the confidential private data must be advised of the confidential nature of the information safeguard required with the particular information for the air civil and criminal sanctions for non-compliance with state safeguards that are contained in federal state laws. 6. Must have the policy proceed with the placement of the employee with the other personnel before being granted with the personal identification information acknowledged with the understanding of the confidential nature of the data with the such safeguards such must comply with the handling of such data as well as the fact that it may be liable to civil and criminal sanction for the improper disclosure. 6. 7. Must not extract with the information data with the employment training initiative for any purpose with the grant agreement. 8. The action for the personal identification information created by the ETA grant must be restricted to only the employee with the grant recipient who may leave the official capacity of the performer used in connection with the scope of the work of the grant agreement. 9. All personal identification and information data must be properly made with the protection of the confidential record of documentation designed to prevent unauthorized purpose of the retrieving of the records, computer, remote terminal, any other means for the data may be downloaded with or maintained mobile or portable devices only if the The data are encrypted with the NIST validated software product based on the FIPS 142 with encryption. In addition, with the wage data must be accessed only for the secure location. 10. Personal identification information of the data obtained by the recipient through the request for the ETA but must not be disclosed to anyone with the individual requester except for the permitted with the grant officer by the court order. Section 11. You must permit the ETA with the make for the onsite with the inspection during the regular business hour for the purpose of conducting audit and or conducting or other investigation. Ensure that you are complying with the confidential requirement described above in accordance with the responsibility must review for the records applicable with the agreement available to the authorized person for the purpose of the inspection, review, and or audit. 12. You must retain with the data of received the ETA with only for the period of time required to you with the assessment with the other purpose satisfied with the applicable federal required records may contain with the record requirements if any. Therefore, you agree all the data will be destroyed, including the degaussing of the magnetic tape of the files and deletion of electronic data. Record retention. You must follow the federal guideline for the record retention required to maintain all of the records pertaining with the grant activity for a period of at least 3 years with the date of the submission of the final expenditure report. See Title 2 CFR Part 200, 333 through 337 for more specific information, including the information about the start of the record retention period for awards renewed quarterly or annually whenever the records must be retained for more than 3 years. Have use of the contract, subawards, and subawards. For you must abide with the following definition for the contract, subaward, and subrecipient of the contract. With the contract meaning with the instrument with the non-federal entity with defined as the state, local government, Indian tribe, and institution, higher education, non-profit organization for profit, entity, foreign public entity with the foreign organization that carries out federal award with the recipient, subrecipient, purchase property, service, need with the care of the project with the project program under the federal award. The term used with the federal funding and opportunity announcement does not include the legal instrument, even if the non-federal entity consider the contract one with the substance of the transaction meets the definition of federal award and subaward with the definition of subaward below. The contractor. Contractor means any entity receiving the contract is defined above within the contract. Subaward. Subaward means award provided with the pass-through with the entity defined with the non-federal entity with the provides a subaward, subrecipient to carry out with the only power of the federal program. Carry out part of the federal program, subrecipient to carry out the part of the federal award, receive the pass-through for the entity, but this does not include the payments of the contractor, payment to individual, the beneficiary of the federal program, subaward provided through any form of legal agreement that includes the agreement with the pass-through for the entity considered the contract, considered a contract. Alright, subrecipient means with a non-federal entity that received the subaward from the pass-through for the entity with the carry out of the federal program that does not include the individual that is beneficiary of such a program. Subrecipient also be the recipient of federal awards directly with the federal awarding agency. Must file with the provision Title 2 CFR 200, 330 through 332. Regarding subrecipient monitoring and management, also see Title 2 CFR Part 200, 308 C6. Regarding prior approval of the requirements for the subawards, when awarding subawards, you are required to comply with all the provisions on the government-wide suspensions of barment found at Title 2 CFR Part 180 and codified in Part 2 Part CFR 2998. RG closeout grant awards. Entity with the receipt of the award with the announcement must close without the grant. The ETA with the end of the final year with the grant information about the process may be found in the ETA's grant closeout frequently as they ask question. Located at Department of Labor, the Glove sites for the Department of Labor file with the ETA grants PDF GCF grant closeout for frequently asked question PDF. Alright, 3 other administrative standard provisions, except for the specifically provided with the funding opportunity announcement, except for the application of award with the federal funds sponsored for any of the program that does not provide with the waiver to any of the grant requirements for the procedures. For example, the Office of Management budget uniform guidance required for the entity for the procurement to proceed with the ensure that all the procurement transactions are conducted as much as the practical to provide full open competition. If the application identifies specific entity for the provide with goods and or services with the award does not provide with the justification is the sole source of the procurement and avoid competition. Section 4, Special Program Requirements of ETA Evaluation. As a condition for the grant award, the grant is required to participate in evaluation undertaken by the Department of Labor. The evaluation may include the implementation and assess across with the grantor's impact with the outcomes analysis with the all selected site with the across with the grantee with the beneficial cost with the analysis assessment of the return on investment conducting and an impact analysis of the involved with the random assessment with the involved with the random assignment of the enabled participant with the treatment group that would receive the program services and hand of the program services into a control group that would receive the no program service. The program service not enhanced when the required for the applicant include with the data elements for the aid of the evaluation. The part of the evaluation conducted As a condition of the award, the grantor must agree to 1. Make records available of the evaluation contract for the participant, employers, and funding. 2. Provide access for the program and operating personnel, participants, and operational financial record of the other relevant documents. Calculate the program cost of the benefits. 3. In the case of an impact and facilitate the assignment by lottery or participant of the program, so for the include the proposed increase the recruitment of the potential participants. And 4. Follow evaluation procedure specified with the evaluation contractor under the direction of the Department of Labor. B. Performance guide goals. Please note that the application will be held with the outcomes provided. Failure to meet these outcomes may result in the technical assistance other intervention for the Employment Training Administration may also have a significant impact with the decision about future grants to the Employment Training Administration. Alright, see, for the most of the Department of Labor reporting requirements legally, you must submit the reports and documents listed with the Department of Labor below on to the Department of Labor electronically. 1. A quarter financial reports, a quarterly financial status report with the ETA 9130 with the required with the time of the all fund with the be expended with the grant period with the HES period with the quarterly reports are due with the 15th day of the second month after each of the calendar year quarterly. 1 financial status report you must include with any supplemental boards so that we calculate the final indirect cost for the applicable. We must the Department of Labor online electronic reporting system. The information instruction will be provided as granted for the other guidance for the Employment Training Administration financial reporting. Reference TEGL 2019 or webpage Department of Labor, the government agency for the ETA grants management reporting. 2. Quarterly performance report with the permanent grantee must submit the quarterly performance report by the 15th day of the second of the month after each of the calendar year quarter. Of the report must include the quarterly information for the interim indicator performance goal of the last quarterly progress report with the will serve with the granted final report reporting. Performance report. The report must provide with the quarterly cumulative information on the grant performance submission requirement to provide with the grantors upon the award will be also provided with the guidance about with the data for the information that is required with the collective reported on either regular basis or special request basis. Grantees required to submit for the quarterly progress report with the continuing updates on the implementation progress specified for the grant and state of the award status of the grant program's outcome of the participant receive the grant funds award with the described with above with the grants aligned with the workforce initiative Opportunity Act performance reporting requirements of the Department of Labor to provide with the guidance for grantees with the action for the online reporting system, the workforce integrated performance system, with along with the formal guidance for the technical system, the data collection report, with the grantee must submit quarterly performance report within 45 days of the end of each of the calendar year quarter with the report with the quarterly performance report, which of the quantity of the report of all the participants served with the grant program. The quarterly performance report is a quarterly aggregated with the individual participant record with the grantee with the has collected upload with the data with the put in into the workforce integrated performance system. In order to submit the quarterly report with the grantee will with the track of the report certain participation level data with the ETA with including social security number on all the individual provided with the grant fund serve with the social security number the information allowed with the ETA with the efficiently matched employment data with the state employment and insurance other wages record with the less the collection of the participant social security number the lessons the burden with the grantee for the tracking existing exit base of the employment administrative workforce initiative the Opportunity Act permanently indicated with the performance while permitting with the consistent with the reliable outcome information produced regarding of the program applicants of the main review with the current office management budget approve the reporting requirements that will apply to these grants for the Office Management Budget Control number 1205-0521. 3. Quarterly narrative performance report with addition of the quarterly performance report with the grant and submit with the joint quarterly narrative performance report with the template with the ETA 9171. It's 9179 progress report with the 15th day with the second month each for the calendar year quarterly with the grant within the period of the performance of the board reports include with the quarterly information regarding the accomplishment include with the project success story with the upcoming grant activities and promising approach of the process as well with the progress story of the performance outcomes included update for the product of the curriculum of the training development the quarterly narrative of the report should also explain the quantity of the data of the project performance report, quarterly performance report, as well as indicate the need of the technical assistant. The applicants may review the full requirements of the current quarterly narrative performance reports and the Office of Management Control number 1205-0448. 7. Agency contacts.